Hey, what's going on, guys? Look at this bear. Today's messed up. Oh my god. I'm just gonna do what I can. I've got 45 minutes. Maybe we'll finish this quest. As you can see, I just hit defense level 21. And, bear fur. So I decked myself out with some mithril. Almost in sync, yeah. But, anyway, I got myself a full mithril. And I also upgraded to adamant sword. Adamant scimitar. Scimitar. So, you know, these guys were aggro. How's it going, Kavak? How you doing? I fucking... What's going on, Scum? I've had, like, not... The last 2 days haven't been bad. What's going on, Endor? But, like, they haven't been good. And sold bearhead. What the hell is that? The bear's soul is stuck in its head? Is the jackhammering still going? Yeah. I don't know. You probably could barely even hear it above the game, but... They fucking started jackhammering at 8:45 this morning. Which, if I had known, I would have been perfectly okay with. But nobody told me. Now I'm sure you could hear it. Whatever. I don't know, I'm just a little salty because I was up till 3 a.m. yesterday working. Yeah, I can hear it when I talk. And so, you know, whatever, I got up. I eventually took a shower. I cleaned up a lot of my apartment. Had them remove the air conditioning. All that. And I go eat lunch, and I get back. And I get a text. I'm supposed to be at work at 3, right? Because the band's supposed to go on at 4. I get a text that one of the guys had a family issue, and they're going to be late. Which happens. I'm not upset about that. You know, I can't be upset that guy has a family issue. But they pushed it half an hour. So I have to get there at 3:30. And then they pushed it till 4. And then they pushed it till 4:30. And now they push it till 5. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to leave my apartment at 3:30 to get there at 4. Hopefully, they can, they will actually go on at 5. To be honest, I kind of just hope they cancel it, but I don't know, I keep signing up for these jobs and then not wanting to do them. But anyway, like I said, I got my defense up a tiny bit and got myself full mithril. I was thinking of going with gilded mithril, but I figured why spend the extra money? That's not mine. And then I also got an adamant sword. I also got mithril boots, which I didn't really know were a thing, so extra protection. What's going on, Franny? Look how well I hit now. Got him. Oh, I meant to cook the bear meat. So last we left off, we found flypaper in here. And so, I believe what they're going for. Mystics, I'm sorry. To be honest, I'm supposed to be at fucking work in 9 minutes, but they delayed like hours. So I'm just kind of filling time right now. Can I cook the meat? I can make sinew. Ooh. Ooh. Is it something I can help you with via voice and chat? Alright, so I need something to put flour in, so I gotta run out of here. You don't know? Alright. That's fine. I'm not saying you have to. Can I explain compression to you? Yes. So, basically what compression is, let me pull up a nice little picture. Oh, they're all air compressors. Oh, you know what I can do? Yeah, let me screen share. Right? So this is my compressor right here. It's a little small, but you can see basically what's happening. And so what compression is doing is you're kind of crunching down the audio, right? So in this case, you can see that the green area is going to be my gate, so ignore that. Pretend that doesn't exist, right? The red area is going to be the area that gets changed. So in this case, anything that goes louder than this basically this line right here is going to have a new volume that's going to be less than the original volume. So you can see I turned off the gate, so my voice is getting through a little bit weird. But if I turn up the amount that it crunches, anything that gets over that line starts getting quieter. You can hear the jackhammer now. I turned off that. So what's happening is this blue line is a 1-to-1, basically volume. You know, if you have 1 unit of volume and 1 unit of volume, it goes in a perfect line. You know how that works, 1-to-1. When you start getting into this red area, you start compressing at whatever ratio you choose. So in this case, it's 2.9-to-1. So every 1 unit of volume that I'm louder than this volume right here, it will be 2.9 times, not 2.9 times, every, whatever the inverse of that ratio is. You know the math. I don't know the math, right? So what you do to make up for that is you have makeup gain. So I have this gain right here, and I can make up. So now I'm back to kind of a normal volume-ish when I get that level. But you can hear down here, everything that's like quieter. You can hear my fucking tongue. Everything that's normally quieter is also being hit by that makeup gain. So your quiet things are louder, but your loud things are less loud, basically. It's not the best way of... Ooh, that's not what I want. It's not the best way of... Do I not have this saved? That's something I don't have this saved anyway. That's alright, I can remake it if I need to. Fuck. It's not the best way of explaining it, but... There we go. Sorry, no. This is the software mixer that goes with my audio device. I don't know why I'm hitting. I shouldn't be clipping on this mic. But yes, that is the software interface that goes with my actual interface. That's kind of compression in a nutshell. You were messing with voice meter this morning? Yeah, so basically what compression does is if it gets above your threshold, which you can specify, it will start to not be as loud. And so, like, if you have, hang on, let me pull this in. Nope. If you have a really a really harsh ratio, so in this case 10 to 1, it almost acts as like what they call a brick wall limiter. And in this case, you can't really see it, but you can see how minimal it changes. So if I bring it all the way down here and I bring the gain back up, you can see that even if I talk quietly, it's still good volume. But even if I talk loud, it doesn't really get that much louder, you know? So that's kind of how that works. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of not saying it very clearly, but it hides your sloppy guitar playing. Yeah. So I mean, I'm using a compressor just for several reasons. One is that when I get too loud, it doesn't let me go too loud. But two, like I said, I also have that. I also have the expander on here, or in this case, I'm kind of using it as a gate, where like you can't hear me really breathe too much, but if I turn it off, you can hear me breathe and all that, because that does the reverse. That closes and lets less audio go through the quieter it gets. So you can see when I'm doing nothing, I'm floating around right here. You can hear the jackhammer going. But if I turn up that expansion, I can make it so that what is normally right here is actually too quiet for you to hear. It sounds like it's adding some echo. So it might not be adding echo because it's adding echo. It might be adding echo because of the way it's being monitored. Doing anything like that in Voicemeeter is going to take CPU cycles, which means it's going to be delayed a little bit temporally. So it may seem like echo because you're hearing yourself and then it, or if it's still getting through in like two different locations, it might be combining with itself somewhere else too. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I try not to use Voicemeeter, because it does add some temporal shift. Is it Goblin? Good, I'm glad. It's not ideal, Mu6. It'll work. But if you're trying to monitor yourself with it, you're gonna start getting some weird temporal stuff. That's why, like, that software mixer you're looking at is actually telling my audio interface what to do, and that has its own processor in it that processes stuff in almost real time. I do also have some compression in OBS, but I'm not listening to that. I'm only listening to what my interface is doing. You guys are hearing the extra compressor, but it really doesn't kick in unless I get really fucking loud. You know, like a yell. And in that case, I'm usually clipping at the microphone anyway. All right, so we're gonna come back over here. It is mithril, yeah. I just upgraded to mithril. We're gonna take some of this flour. All right, and apparently we can use the fly paper of the flour. No, we can use the flour with the murder weapon and the fly paper on that, and we got unknown fingerprints. So I feel like I need a lot more fly paper now, because we're gonna have to compare some fingerprints. Also, it's not a million. Trust me, if I was a millionaire, I don't know if I'd be buying audio equipment. Some, but not $1 million worth. Oh, but let me tell you about my night last night while I have time. Yes, take it. Like that, I'll drop the fur. Just extra. I was working in the club bar kind of thing that I work in, and you know, I set everything up, get everyone working. The DJ plays while we set up and all that, so I can't really like play audio. You know what I mean? So we're waiting, and finally the band goes on. You gotta come to my club, yeah. The band goes on, and they start playing, and I turn up my main fader, and I get jack shit. I've got nothing. One of the girls' dads was there telling me, "Oh, turn it up. I can't hear my daughter." I'm like, dude, it's not fucking turning up. So I'm running around trying to figure out what's going on. And eventually the guy who kind of runs the place comes over, and he's like, "Oh yeah, something happened. We're not sure. I'm not sure what, but somebody changed some stuff." So I don't know what the fuck is happening. It turns out, through trial and error, I figured out that's not what I wanted to do. What happened? Where the fucking amulet, please? It turns out... What time am I working then? Apparently they're starting at 5 now. I don't know. What happened was... I guess the main lines that run from the mixing board to the... we have a... oops. To the house... We have a main mixer where I mix, and then we have another mixer that kind of mixes the DJ and the iPod and all that stuff they listen to. Is this evidence or is this... No, it's garbage. All that stuff together. What happens is that main line that runs from my mixer to the other mixer apparently doesn't work anymore. And so they changed it to a different line that goes somewhere else. But they didn't tell me this, so I had no fucking clue, right? And I found out through trial and error that it was going there. And it was just going to another mixer that was muted. So I had to figure all that out. That was a pain in the ass. It took me like half an hour to figure out. The band was pissed that they had no audio. Like, they had stage audio, and they were playing, so you could still hear them. But, like, no one, you couldn't hear the singers. That sucked. I was getting a lot of feedback, and they were complaining about that. And it was like, there's only so many things I can handle at one time. And then to top it all off, well, that's not even the end of it. My Ethernet cable that goes to my router so I can mix on the iPad while I'm running around. Someone broke the clip off of it, so it didn't clip in, so I had to tape that together. And then, to top it all off, a disco ball fell right on top of some girl's head and clocked her good. That was nice. Good night. Doesn't seem to be the same. All right, so Anna's good. Their prints are an exact match of Bob's. All right, so I can't compare all the rest of them. All right, let me go see. Let me go talk to Bob, I guess. Today I had jackhammer fun, and like I said, things have been delaying. I know who did it. I have the fingerprint of the culprit. I have Bob's fingerprint here. You can see for yourself they match the fingerprints on the murder weapon exactly. You show the guard the fingerprint evidence. I'm impressed. How on earth did you think of something like that? I've never heard of such a technique for finding criminals before. This will come in very handy in the future, but we can't arrest the person on just this. I'm afraid you still need to find more evidence before we can completely close this case. What? Fingerprint evidence is perfectly legal. Have I been woodcutting? No, not at all. Through the computer network, yes. You approach the guard dog, starts barking loudly at you. There's no way an intruder could have committed the murder. It must be someone who knew the dog to get past it quietly. If I use the paw on the dog. Huh. Right, the poison salesman in Sears Village. All right, let's go see them. I got about a half hour, like I said. I honestly don't know what time I'm supposed to be there because this has changed like 8 times, but I'm gonna try and finish this. So here's Sears Village, here's the pub, alright. I did, yes. I squeaked by into level 21 or 20 defense, so I got some mithril. And I've had enough attack to do adamant for a while, so I just bought that. I'm actually, if you look, I'm close to halfway to mithril. What, the chat sensor? No, I'm perfectly fine with it. If I'm streaming, I want as much as I can to be blocked, to be honest. I'm investigating the murder at Sinclair House. There's a murder at the Sinclair House? That's terrible. I was only there the other day, too. They bought my last of my patented multi-purpose poison. Patented multi-purpose poison? I did do Waterfall, yeah. That's what got me so high. Ah, a miracle of modern apothecaries. This exclusive concoction has been tested in all known forms of life and been proven to kill them all in varying dilutions, from cockroaches to killing dragons. So incredibly versatile, it can be used as pest control, a cleansing agent, dream cleaner, metal polish, and washes whiter than whites. Ah yes, this will wash our clothing and poison. All with our unique, fragrant concoction that is immediately recognizable across the land as Peter Potter's patented poison potion. The salesman stops for a breath. I'd love to sell you some, but I've sold out recently. That's just how good it is. 328 people in this area alone. Cannot be wrong. 9 out of 10 poisoners prefer it in controlled tests. Can I help you with anything else? Perhaps I can take your name and add it to our mailing list of poison users. We'll only send you information related to use of poison and other Peter Potter products. No, it's okay, really. I'm sure you can hear the fucking jackhammer going off when I talk, yeah? Who did you sell poison to at the house? No? Yeah? Slightly? I can hear it. I mean, I can hear it. I can hear it when I'm not talking, but I can hear more of the high pitched when I'm talking. Who'd you sell poison to at the house? Well, Peter Potter's patented multi-purpose poison potion is a product of such obvious quality that I'm glad to say I managed to sell a bottle to each of the Sinclairs. Anna, Bob, Carol, David, Elizabeth, and Frank all bought a bottle. In fact, they bought the last of my supplies. Maybe I can take your name and address, and I will personally come visit you when the stocks return. No, it's okay. Alright. Well, seeing as that didn't pan out, they all bought fucking poison. Let's go back and, I guess we know it was Bob. Oh shit, what's Bob's? Ah, it's very nice. I don't know what that headpiece is, but... I forget which item is Bob's. I should probably not get rid of them until the end. Hey, thank you, Ken Bread, for the host. Appreciate it, man. I haven't done any Slayer work yet, so I don't really know what it's about. I'm assuming it's just killing monsters, but... Oh, where is Bob? Was he outside? There's Pierre. There's Bob. It's best for money making. I heard it's pretty good. I also heard that I should avoid doing Dragon Slayer so that I don't get Dragon Slayer tasks. I'm here with the guards. I'm here to help the guards with their investigation. I suppose I better talk to you then. Why did you buy poison the other day? What's it to you anyway? If you absolutely must know, we had a problem with the beehive in the garden, as well as our servants. As well as all our servants are so pathetically useless, I decided I would deal with it myself, so I did. That's it, Bob. Who do you think was responsible? I don't really care as long as no one thinks it's me. So Bob says the beehive. We can go look at the beehive. Yeah, you need the anti-dragon shield. I don't know why they didn't call it the anti-fire shield, but investigate the beehive. The beehive buzzes with activity. These bees definitely don't seem to be poisoned at all. So he didn't use it on here. I don't know. It's fucking the jackhammer, dude. Why'd you buy poison? Oh god, I'm missing a whole chunk of this. All right. There's apparently a smashed window over here. I can break the smashed window. Some threads seem to have been caught on a loose nail in the window. Take the thread. About 9 years. Almost 10 years. I know who did it. I have conclusive proof who the killer was. Let's hear it. I don't think it was an intruder. I don't think that Lord Sinclair was killed by being stabbed. Really? Why not? Nobody heard the guard dog barking, which it would if it had been an intruder who was responsible. Nobody heard any signs of a struggle either. I think the knife was there to throw suspicion away from the real culprit. Yes, that makes sense, but who did it to? Who did it to then? But who did it? Who did do it then? God. You proved to the guards that the thread matches Bob's clothes. Yes, I'd have to agree with that, but we need more evidence. You proved to the guard Bob did not use poison on the beehive. Excellent work. Have you considered a career as a detective? But I'm afraid that's not quite enough. You matched Bob's fingerprints to those in the dagger found in the body of Lord Sinclair. Yes, there's no doubt about it. It must have been Bob who killed his father. All the guards must congratulate you on the excellent work in helping us to close this case. We don't have many murders here in Galanor, and I'm afraid we wouldn't have been able to solve it by ourselves. We will hold him here under house arrest until such time we can bring him to trial. You have our gratitude, and I'm sure the rest of the family as well. You have our gratitude, and I'm sure the rest of the family as well in helping to apprehend the murderer. I'll just take the evidence from you now. You hand over all the evidence. Goodbye, inventory. Please accept this reward from the family. Nice, some crafting experience and some dollars. Gillinor? What's going on, Alaska? Oh, it's Alkas. Level 17. Can make unholy symbols of Zamorak and Zerican robes. Frankly, yeah. Well, it's another one down. I was looking at some maths, and I think I can do some of the free-to-play quests now that my strength is higher, my attack is higher, but I think I'm gonna hold off on doing those. God, the fucking jackhammer. I'll hold on off on those until such a time when I don't have partner anymore. Well, time now as good as any. I don't have membership anymore. So that's murder mystery. Next is Merlin's Crystal. No, I gotta go in a minute. This is a skunk? Well, I think Camelot's actually the other way. Right? No, it's Catherbeach. Oh, it's my location. Oh, it is right here. Yeah, I'm not gonna start it. I'm gonna get close to it and then be done. Because, like I said, I gotta go to work, and I don't want to start a quest if I don't have to. And really, I only intended on hopping on the train for a bit, and then they kept pushing back the time. That, and I'd like to do some other stuff before I leave. I might stream later. I don't know. Don't give away all my secrets, Mystics. There's King Arthur. But, yeah, I'm gonna be done for now. Thank you guys for coming out for the really short stream. Maybe more after work. I don't know. At this rate, if they're starting at 5, I might be home around 10 or 11. I don't know. But, oh well. At this point, I don't know what the fuck's going on, so I'll catch you guys later. Hey. Hey, thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video. I know that some of the VODs can get a little bit long, so I do appreciate you sticking around. I'd like to ask real quick if you have a friend or someone close to you who you think would like a clip or a portion or even the whole stream, please feel free to reach out to them and share this with them. I'm always looking for more respectful people to come hang out and have some fun. If you've already done that or want to help me out some other way, feel free to check out the video description for some other ways you can help support me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.